Good morning train is coming. The good morning train is coming. How are you? Hello, you guys. I am back. Yes, I am happy today. I don't know why. But yeah, that's the song we were singing. It's still ringing in my head. So, yes, like I promised yesterday, I do have another binder for my 6-year-old. So, I thought let me just quickly share that with you guys. As you can see, this binder, I don't have anything like that's covering it or something like that. But then one thing that I can share with you guys is that there is a file of mine that has me like this. This is something that I would have absolutely loved for my boys. It's just that I don't have the facility. I can't like print their pictures like this. But if you can, by all means, that's if you like this idea, you can have the picture. They will love that, I promise you. But then I don't. So this goes like, for instance, my 3-year-old one, it's just a yellow binder because I just put a yellow paper on it. So this one, I mean, I just decided to leave it as is. But because, I mean, these are also like some good stuff going on here. I mean, hugs and kisses, family forever. I mean, happiness, forgive and forget, all of that. Work and play, live, respect, laugh, love, joy. That's also just so positive. I like it. So yes, let's just, without any further ado, let's just dive into it right away. Okay, so this is a okay, he can practice his own if he wants, but then yeah, this is a quotation that I have for him. I would love for him to read this all the time and remember this. It's okay to not know, but it's not okay to not try. I don't want to make him feel like he's under pressure to know just about everything, since he's just the only one in his class, because he's only grade 1, the other one is only 3. So but then he must always try his best. So the side is just good manners, really. You can read all of that. I want him to read it each and every time he has his binder. Okay, and then this is his favorite Bible verse, Genesis 1, chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. And then this is P for prayer. So he must remember to say a word of prayer. Then here it's the 7 days of the week. Really, he just needs to read that. How is it written? The 12 months of the year, how they written. He must read them out. So this is actually the songs that we do and the rhymes, some of them. But then he can choose just about any of his choice. And then that's a monkey that I drew. Wow. But then yes, the weather pictures, he already knows this, but he doesn't know how to write the stuff. So I wrote the stuff for him so that he can be able to read it. He already knows that this is sunny, but then how is it written down? So he must read so that he can read and also write it by himself. Yes, so this side, it's actually a hundreds chart, so you can just count 1 up to 100, and in tens and in twos and in threes and so forth and so on. And then I have something very interesting here. It's actually different kinds of shapes. I have triangles, I have circles and squares, so he can just make his own what's that thing called, pattern. He can just create his own pattern. Yes, and then the side is for number recognition as well. He can just count from numbers 1 to 20, and yeah, that's not easy. Yes, all right, so these are number lines. One ends with the number 10, and then the other one goes up to 30. So yes, so he can create his own according to these problems that I did put here. He already knows that 10 plus 2 is 12, but then he must make a number line that has that. All right, so these are numbers from 1 to 30, he can just take them out and start counting from 1 to 30, and from 30 to 1, which is very good for him. And then this is actually for something for problem solving. It's 2 of them. I must actually, let me just see if I can't show you guys. Oops, sorry. So yeah, then what happens here is he must can use just about anything. Can use these ones, you can use these ones, depending on what you have, or different color pom-poms. So what you do is you can just put this one here and put them just about anyhow from there up to their last one. But then what he will have to do this side, I'm sure you already get it, he must make sure he does the same thing. If you have put double this side, he must also find the exact one. And if you have put that one, he must also find that one. If you have put that one there, he must put it there as well. The one that is here, it must also be the one that is here. It might look easy, but it's not as easy once the child starts doing that. It's very stimulative. All right, so this side, it's really just fractions. He must make his own fractions and do just something of this sort. Then I will come and see and mark him. Okay, then these are 3D shapes. You can just, he already knows them. He can just, they just hear some of the stuff here. They just hear because it's his first binder. I wanted for him to have a feel of the things that he already knows and the things that are new, so I don't want to traumatize him and make him feel like the binder is like, wow, the most difficult thing. No. Okay, so these are flashcards. Flashcards are just so good for our kids. You can have them in different kinds and forms. These ones here, I mean, he's learning English, so this is to teach him that this is tidy, this is untidy, or messy, so this is wrong, this is right. It teaches him a lot of things and colors and so forth and so on. This is fat, this is thin. It's also written this side, less. You can see that I'm also teaching him a little bit of Afrikaans, so it's Xhosa, English and Afrikaans, so he must go through that. It teaches him a lot. So this is actually just so easy. He counts. I mean, if you just expose your child to counting, you have done good for him. He counts 1, 2 giraffes, 1, 2, 3 fish, like, and so forth and so on. So this side, it's punctuation marks. So I haven't really gone into details about punctuation marks with him. I just wanted for this to be here to just introduce him to stuff like that. So here it's really just for him to practice to write, and this side as well. And yes, the side is words to read and write. He must read the word and then write it again. It's sight words. He can also write them as well. This is South African handwriting. This is what I'm teaching him at the moment. He can just practice there. When he's tired, I'm sure by this far he'll be tired, he can just sing our national anthem. It's really just for fun. If you ask me why did you have that there, I will not have much explanation. I just did put whatever that I have, that I feel it's good enough to teach him something. Or I forgot to rub this out. Okay, so this is actually like where he can practice as well his letters up to D. I have them up to Z, but then this is just his first binder, so he can just go up to the letter D. So these are callbacks. I love callbacks, you guys. So he also, in fact, they both love them. So when he gets here, he will tell me it's a callback, then I do my part and he does his part. And I mean, they make me feel like I'm doing something. Because I mean, my children, people don't look at them and feel like these kids, they learn so much. No, they always say everything else when they're complimenting them, but not like what I actually do. So, but when they say the rhymes and the callbacks, then I feel like, wow, people have like an idea of what's happening in that 8 corners, the classroom that we use. Like I said in my first video, it's like a one room that has 8 corners. It's very big. It's good for us. Nonetheless, so yes, this is actually my liggaam. It's Afrikaans, which means my body. So he must actually just remind himself of the parts of the body. Yes, this I have it because I have it. So he can just, um, think to himself which one is like the biggest and the one that comes after it and so forth. It's just really just to calm himself down after, yeah, that whole hard work. This side here is actually, I told you he's learning English, so he's obviously like not there yet. So this is a grade 3 work. He can't read all of these words by himself. So when he gets here, he simply just comes to me and I help him out with this. And yeah, that's a scope. And yes, then this is actually something that he's interested in. Like I said, my 3-year-old is interested in different kinds of flags. He's interested in countries and continents and stuff like that. So I felt like, okay, let me have something like this for him so that he can just see. And this is where we are in Africa. But in Africa, we are specifically in South Africa. Then this is South Africa. And in South Africa, we are in the Eastern Cape. And in the Eastern Cape, we are right somewhere around about here. Yes. So this is a calendar. I mean, we can all see. And also it's like outdated because it's 2019. But then I don't have a current calendar that I can put in his binder. But then I realized that if I don't have something there, then we might just not do this, because the calendar that we do for morning ring is different. So this one will just have him exposed to real life calendar, so that he must just be that kind of a kid who just can look at a calendar. So this will teach him that, okay, first of all, before you can tell what date is it, first look at the year, and so forth and so on. So you just make use of just about anything. I couldn't throw this away. I hope that next binder will have the current calendar, but this does the trick, because I don't ask him the date, the exact date, because it won't be there, but it does work. So this side we have enrichment activities for the gifted learner. He is very fast, obviously, because he's older. But then I don't give them the same activities with the 3-year-old and the 6-year-old. But then he's just generally just fast. So I decided to have extra activities when he's done with, because like we have a whole lesson plan and lessons that go with it. But then when he is done early, when I'm still busy with the little one or doing whatever, then I always give him some extra work. So